Panacho, Panacho, Panacho,
Hello everybody, welcome to the Ozarks Sports Report Show. Here joined with the head coach of the Crane Lady Pirates, Coach Jeremy Mullins. And for today's show, we got a weekly recap to do with the head coach of the Crane Lady Pirates, Coach Jeremy Mullins, recapping their games from the past couple of weeks. The Lady Pirates opened the season in their inaugural Crane Lady Pirate Invitational, and they got their first win against Cassville by defeating Cassville by a score of 59-40. Then the Pirates got an upset win against Greenwood by a score of 65-63. Then the Pirates suffered their first loss of the season. That was to Hollister in the Crane Lady Pirate Invitational Championship game, and they lost to Hollister by a score of 60-45. Pirates got back on the winning side of their schedule, and they beat Golden City by a score of 52-42. Golden City right now sitting at 4-3, Hollister at 7-0, Greenwood at 2-3, and Cassville at 4-3. Then the Pirates came back home and they took on Reed Spring, and they defeated Reed Spring by a score of 63-33. Then the Pirates welcomed in a foe, a big juggernaut in Ash Grove, and they defeated Ash Grove by a score of 57-51. So Coach Mullins going into those games with Cassville, Greenwood, Hollister, Golden City, Reed Spring, and Ash Grove. What were the expectations that you set for your girls in those games?
Well, there's a lot of things that went into play for that. You know, those first three games, Cassville, Greenwood, and Hollister were our first annual invitational Crane Lady Pirate Tournament. So it was a great way to start the season. You get three home games. You know, we were the 3 seed. We played Cassville, the 6 seed first, and handled them decently. Like I said, it was their first game. And coming off last year's 8-17 record, you know, we really didn't know what to expect. You know, we didn't lose anybody, but at the same time, did we mature? Did we grow? How was our IQ and all that stuff that we've been trying to teach them all summer and fall wasn't going to sink in. So that first game, you know, we had big games with Zoe and Danielle, and then we come back to Greenwood, beat us the first round of districts last year, so it was a little payback, but you know, they were injured, they're big Coach Stuckey, so, but, you know, they had a great game. You know, won that one by 2, Zoe ended up with 41. You know, Gracie had 10, and Kaylee, one of our freshmen, had 7. And then we met in the finals of our tournament, Hollister, and they just had a juggernaut of a player, that Buck Bailey, and she dropped 32 on us, and they were just tough. Zoe had 16. She was 12 of 15 from the line. And then Gracie had another 12, and Emory Ellingsworth stepped up and had 10. They beat us 15 for the first place in our tournament. We were second, so we were just happy to beat our seed. And a lot of things went into that, you know, different game planning and all that good stuff. And then we went on the road for our first road game of the season. After 3 home games, played Golden City. I don't know whether it was the bus ride or what it was, but we came out lethargic. And give credit to Golden City, they played hard. Especially that first half. They played harder than we did. I believe the score was 22-18 Golden City at the halftime. We made some adjustments, tried to bring some fire, and then we outscored them 14-7 in the third quarter and ended up a 52-42 winner there. Like I said, still, we got a lot of growing to do. That Golden City team was good, but we didn't play up to par. And then our next game at home, we came back home to face Reed Spring, and won that one. We had some big moments once again from Zoe, and I think everybody scored. So, you know, I'm usually running an 8 to 9 man rotation this season so far in these 6 games. So everybody put up some numbers, with good. Then our latest game with Ash Grove, they beat us out. They've had our number the last couple of years, and I thought we played well. The girls were hungry. They wanted to win that one. I had 4 people in double-digit scoring. So, once again, Ash Grove was shorthanded. They didn't have one of their 6-foot posts, but at the same time, they still had Mose with the 6-1 or 2 guard forward post combination that signed with Missouri State. We let her go off for 20, which I think is below her average. And then another one, number 5, had 15. But think overall, so far, I'm pleased with this season. We're melding together a little bit better. We're taking care of the ball in some crunch time moments where last year it could have been some turnovers and went the other way. So, we start the Walnut Grove tournament tonight against Pierce City. So we still have a long way to go, but I like the direction we're headed in this year as opposed to last year at this time.
You do like the direction that you guys are going in this time starting up the 2020-2021 season, as you guys are going north instead of going south. So what are some positives that you saw from the games against Cassville, Greenwood, Hollister, Golden City, Reed Spring, and Ash Grove?
Well, I think it's our composure as opposed to last year. Breaking the presses, actually getting across the half court with the basketball, and actually getting a shot instead of a live ball turnover, or just for that matter, throwing it out of bounds. We're starting to have at this point of the season, besides Zoe's score, like I said, our last game we had 4 people in double digits. So right now we're winning the free throw line battle. We talk about that daily. Get to the line. We got to get to the line. We'd like to make more free throws than the other team attempts. So as long as we can keep preaching defensive pressure without fouling and getting to the line and trying to execute our game plan the best we can.
Executing the game plan as best as you can, and that Crane team is doing so. Now going on to the other side of the positives, the negatives. What are the negatives that you've seen in the games against Cassville, Greenwood, Hollister, Golden City, Reed Spring, and Ash Grove?
I would say it's our ability to ride the games up and down. I got some young ladies that want to hang their head at some point during the game. Basketball is such a fast-paced game, and there's no time for hanging your head. Other than that, teaching them that they must work hard for 32 minutes every game, night in and night out. If they will buy into that, I think that could be a positive one of these things.
Will be a positive one of those things to work on, just staying positive during the game. Even though basketball is a fast-paced game, you're playing 32 minutes during the game. So now, as we look ahead into the schedule, you mentioned you're going to be playing Pierce City in the Walnut Grove Holiday Classics to open up that Walnut Grove Holiday Classic tonight up at Ash Grove. That game will be starting at 8:30 tonight. So, what are the corrections that you're going to be making before this game against Pierce City in the Walnut Grove Holiday Classic?
Well, once again, we're going to be facing an opponent that's bigger than us. They have 2 big posts. They're very physical. Hopefully, I don't know what kind of defense they're going to play. I have an opinion, but we're going to have to rebound. We're going to have to win the rebounding battle. I don't think we did against Ash Grove. We're going to have to make some shots, get to the free throw line, and then try to contain their guards so they can't see those big posts. So, like I said, after that, we do start the Walnut Grove tournament. It's at Ash Grove. We play Pierce City at 8:30. So that late of a game, I don't know. We may need some energy drinks for that late.
Do need some energy drinks for that late of a game. 8:30 p.m. tonight at Ash Grove for the Walnut Grove Holiday Classic. So, with your history of being in the Walnut Grove, I know you've been in the pink and white a few years ago, back when you had those 4 state champion teams. But I don't know how long you've been in the Walnut Grove tournament. When was your first year you were in the Walnut Grove tournament?
Oh, golly, Adam, I would say 4 years ago. 4 years we've been now in this thing.
4 years you've been in the Walnut Grove tournament. So what is your history on the Walnut Grove tournament? What do you know about being in the Walnut Grove tournament?
Well, we haven't had a good track record at the Walnut Grove tournament. I don't know whether it was the teams, the time of year, or whatever it was, but I don't think we've ever beaten our seed in it. This year we're a 6th seed. We're looking to get a place higher than that. But you don't know. This time of year anything can happen, especially with COVID. We're trying to keep everybody healthy and their spirits up, and just get better as we go, because all of these games are practice for the ultimate goal of conference and or a district championship. So that's our main goal. We want to try to compete there at the end of the season, firing on all cylinders and everybody healthy and executing their role to the best of their ability.
Executing their role in their best of their abilities. And now we got to talk about that player of the week. Who do you think is the player of the week that shined out on the Crane court these past 2 weeks with Cassville, Greenwood, Hollister, Golden City, Reed Spring, and Ash Grove?
Well, right now I'd say it has to be Zoe, and Zoe or Emery. Emery for her points, but I cannot leave out Emery. She's leading us in rebounding, and points are very, very important, and that's what gets glorified. But there's so much more that goes into the game of basketball. Unless you're the point guard, you don't have the ball in your hand 95% of the time. So what are you doing to help your team win 95% of the time when you don't have the basketball? Are you setting screens? Are you hedging? Are you communicating? Are you rebounding? Or are you getting on the floor for loose balls? But this first 2 weeks, I would say Emery and Zoe, my post.
Emery and Zoe, your post players there on the basketball court. Now, as we let you go, if there are any final words you had to say to the coaches from Greenwood, Cassville, Hollister, Ash Grove, Golden City, and Reed Spring, what would be your words to all those coaches that you've played?
Good luck this season, and I hope you stay healthy.
Good luck this season and hope to stay healthy. And that will end today's show for today. We hope you enjoyed our show. We hope you enjoyed us sitting down with the head coach of the Crane Lady Pirates, Coach Jeremy Mullins. If you'd like to stay connected with the Crane Lady Pirates through their social media, be sure to like them on Facebook. Also follow them on Twitter. Their Twitter is at Crane Hoops. Once again, it's Crane Hoops on Twitter. Also check out their website. Their website is crane.k12.mo.us. Also check out missionary.org for their schedule. As I will announce, they will play Pierce City tonight in the Walnut Grove Holiday Classic. That will be up at Ash Grove instead of Walnut Grove. So if you'd like to stay connected with Ozarks Sports through our social media, be sure to like us on Facebook. Also follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and check out our website. Our website is ozarksportsreport.wixsite.com/ozarksportsreport. One final time, we want to thank Head Coach Jeremy Mullins for sitting down with us to talk about the opening 2 weeks of this 2020-2021 season. For one final time, I'm Adam Smith from the Ozark Sports Report saying, have a good day, everybody.